All right, let's warm it up. Let's shake it out with some body bounces. This is going to get the neurotransmitters going, the endorphins going, helping the joints with the stability, the bones, the lymphatic drainage. Yeah, these are absolutely beautiful. Great way to wake up. Really helps me get into a nice mind frame, nice gratitude, having fun. First thing, moving the body. Hey, see, with the hip turns. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to do. I like to go outside and have fun, wake up, find a fun way to move the body. It's like, man, this is a daily thing. You know what I mean? Like every single day, whenever I get up and I move the body and I jump around and I stretch and I shake it out, those are the days when I feel the best. So, like you can see, we got the hip turns added in now. That's going to help with the fascial release and the circulation, the range of motion, just being able to do all sorts of different functional movements and twists and turns and jumping and reaching and just all of it. Great for the joints, all of that good stuff. So I got some more here, more body bounces with the hip turns off the rebounder. And now I'm just shaking it out more. Yeah, getting more of that lymphatic drainage. Oh yeah, we got the trunk twists. This feels really good on the lower back. I think watching this now, I'm gonna watch out for the angle of my head and my neck and my shoulders. Not sure. It doesn't feel like I've done anything, but you know, definitely just something to always keep improving. Right? We can always all improve. So but yeah, trunk twist feels super nice on the lower back, on the trunk, on the core, on that functional twisting motion, helping to get rid of them love handles, all of that good stuff. Yes, we got the arms up and down one by one. Kind of looks like, who remembers the Bushwhackers? Do I have any WWE wrestling fans from back in the days? The Bushwhackers? Yeah, they used to come out. They looked kind of crazy, like they had like bitter beer face, or like Forest Mountain guys. Yes, but great for the metabolism, kicking it off, the digestion, just this motion. It's like beautiful, like wave-like. It's getting the motion in the whole body going. And then I go into the waves here, so again with the range of motion, with the mobility, getting that little bend in the knees, getting the agility going. It's helping with just letting every part of the body and all the organs and everything feel a nice wake up, nice refresh, nice movement. I first saw these movements like the body bounces with the hip turns, the trunk twists, these arms up and down, the waves, the dead arms, arm swings. I was reminded about a lot of these from an account called this guy named Jules_Horn. Go check him out. He was, sharing this video that was like, hey, you should do this for like a month straight. Amazing stuff. So here we got the dead arms, just kind of letting those hit on the side bodies. Um, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is helpful for just like getting the twisting in. That's what I felt from it. But also for the lymphatic system, also for that range of motion, flexibility, a little bit of that agility. Just another overall really feel good movement to just help our body wake up, if nothing else. And here we got the arm swings. As I do these, I feel my armpits decluttering. I feel my lymphatic system draining a bit. It's like, I don't know, it just feels really relaxing. I'm sure there are like specific benefits to these motions, but I just know it helps my like rotator cuffs to feel a little looser, my shoulders, my armpits feel like they have kind of aired out and, just continuing to wake up the whole body through the torso. So yeah, super nice. And then since everything felt nicely woken up, I slowed it down, brought it back in to the mindfulness, to the slow neck rolls, really taking the time here, just sitting with self, exhaling any tension, stiffness, just letting everything go, creating a reality that only includes me as my awareness, and the neck, the shoulders, and the top of the chest, and the top of the back, and the head. This has always been one of the easiest positions for me to kind of just quiet everything and relieve stress. I hope you get some of that too. Just continuing to get those nice, slow, intentional circles, taking all the time we want. Nothing exists. I absolutely love just this moment. Into the shoulder rolls, nice to calm down the nervous system and declutter and de-stress the body. Around. Got some shoulder circles here. Down, shoulder roll. Nice. And slowly as you want. In, up, really intentionally moving around the whole track. See if you can find a nice calming tempo of breath that really helps matches the movement to get that you're taking on with the shoulder decluttering and rejuvenation. Change directions. Switch directions whenever whenever you feel like it. Correct. There's no need here to guide in any way to match anyone's that I'm called to guide, speed or tempo, and or even what they're doing. So always feels really nice. You can join in. Go at whatever speed you like. Some arm circles here. Arm circles now. Still pretty slow. Big wide arm circles. Still nice and intentional. Directions. You'll notice was feeling that the palm is facing completely, feeling up, and then it rotates rotator cuff and to shoulder back, making its way around as it passes by a slight bend and rotation middle of the body, right? Just going really so their palm, with the natural movement. I'm like, wait, that wasn't right. Finding the palm goes up and direction palm down on the way for down, the palm to face, and then essentially just trying to move segment of the movement, natural flow of that to get the most decluttering, and you'll feel it out of as you go each direction. So you'll feel I have what feels natural, like palm up, and as the arm kind of mindset on forward, this was that with the neck rolls and then first, flip it around. Starts when the arm gets to the top before it makes its way around, space, and then it gets a little bit bigger with the shoulder rolls, and then frequently a little bit bigger with the arm circles. Palm was up, and then down. From here, I'm doing both arms around, so the palms facing up, and then I make sure as they come upward. Both. Yep, palms the goal facing here for down is I'm pushing them backwards and then rotate get everything nice. So palms up on the way up, rotate. Yep, wake up the system facing forward on the way back. Have fun with movement, but more than anything, it's for me. It's about lymphatic drainage. It's It's about fascial release. It's about getting a little sweat on, joint stability, mobility, bones, ligaments, tissues, balance, like as you can see here, getting the knees up, holding them in place by creating a bit of pressure between the inside of the leg and the other leg, getting a nice back crack here, working the lower back a bit, all the functional movements, the squats, the Cossacks here. Again, I just love opening up the hips and the growing, the hamstrings, getting the knees involved, the ankles, the mobility, the flexibility, the glutes, the quads, the adductors, strengthening the joints, the connective tissues, preventing injury, functional movement, nervous system, getting a little calmer through sitting through these positions and movements that, at least in the beginning, don't feel supernatural. Little forward fold. You can see I got bent knees here. I'm working with my body. Whatever is, wherever my body's at, that's where I'm meeting my body. I'm not, I'm going to push it a bit, getting the twists in here, but I'm not going to go too crazy, Not going to go super crazy. I'm going to meet my body where it's at, push it a bit. I'm always going to end the session more flexible, break a sweat, feel loosened up, lymphatic system's drained a bit, fascial is, emptied a bit, tissues and joints and everything's going to be looser, more stable, more mobile, more agile. But, you know, working with the body, that's my priority. And then this is my favorite, the child's pose. Gets the whole body, the whole lower body involved. The neck's relaxed, the shoulders are relaxed, the back's pretty relaxed, the quads are working, the hamstrings are working, got the legs bent, but the knees are getting some practice in stretching and contracting and all this good stuff. But it's just such a calming pose, right? It's so calming. I feel like I could just sit down there in a child's pose just for hours sometimes. Very meditative. Sometimes the legs, are not super crazy about being in that position for a super long time. So I always listen to my body. So we hit the child's pose here. Now I'm going to work into a pigeon pose. I've always been a huge fan of the pigeon pose. I feel for working each quad and hammy and knee one by one. I feel this is one of the simplest, one of the easiest in my opinion. Uh, it might sound crazy, but it feels pretty comfortable to me. It's not that hard to get a really good stretch in this position. And it's pretty relaxing too. I like the aspect of it being in kind of a aligned position as well. Everything's kind of in a straight line. And, from yoga, that's just something that I've always enjoyed. Now I'm working into a 90 pigeon good morning. So I've taken the leg, the foot, and I've put that at 90 degrees now. And now I will kind of try to get my hands off the ground as so and come up and down to work that lower back while also working that hip flexor, that glute. Really enjoy this. I was scared at first to really like trust to take my hands off the ground, but it really wasn't as difficult as my mind was making it seem. And now I'll just go into both sides, right? Well, actually first do one side. So here's a lunge, like a knees over toes kind of lunge, which I never used to do. And then, of course, like many of us have seen the knees over toes guy, and really does feel quite empowering. And it feels like it's strengthening my knees. So then I'm sitting back on it now to get that nice stretch through the hamstrings, and with the other leg being bent underneath, that's also got a little bit of quad and hammy work going on and glute work going on. But this one was really just to kind of push myself too, just I've always wanted to do that, the one where you kind of lay back on that with the one leg folded behind you and one out in front of you. I used to be able to do that. Now here was like bringing one leg out to the side, bending the knee, and coming down on it. I don't know. I kind of call these uh, like a spidey, like a one knee out spidey stretch. To me, it just feels like I'm unlocking some of my creativity from the sacral chakra, and kind of working the growing, just, opening up that area. And then here we are with the upward dog. So working that lower back and expanding through the chest, heart, and lungs for the heart space. Really essential, I think, for any full body routine that we're going to do. Then you'll see me switch to the other side here. So we're just going to switch and go right into the pigeon. Now, since we're doing the second side here, and we already went through kind of what that's entailing, I'd like to take a minute to introduce something that I do, that I'm starting up right now. This is a year-round deal because I was going through one of my latest journals of self-growth and everything, and I found 52 pages with incredibly insightful messages that, when upon reading these, I am empowered. Like it remembers, like I remember just a beautiful frequency that I really enjoyed while writing that. And so the first one, so 52 pages, 52 weeks. So this week, the page is all about the 7 virtues. I do think that we can learn a lot. I don't believe in any religion really having grasped the whole truth. I don't. But there are so many truths in so many of these different translations of the truth, right? And, they all have some really good stuff in there. So, like this one was turning the 7 sins into 7 virtues. So today, Wednesday, that would be taking envy and turning it into charity. So I do believe that this is sometimes at a really subconscious level, you know? Sometimes we don't think that we're people who are envious, but in the subconscious, maybe we do have this like back of the mind awareness that there are people living the life that we, believe that we deserve. But at the end of the day, I think that whatever life we're living is truly the life that we have worked for, and the one that we have created. Like, we've created the inner environment that has reflected out what we are seeing. That's what I believe. So we all have work to do, myself big time included. And, I just want to put that out there. If anyone has any comments, any uplifting introspection on turning envy into charity or what to look out for, feel free to put it out there. Yeah, I love this one. This one just, I don't know, it seems like the name would be a spring load into push-up. Gets my whole body into it. Good cardiovascular, you're breaking a sweat, getting the chest pump, the shoulders, the back, the legs, the knees, the hips, the flexors, all of it, the ankles, the feet, the agility. It's like, man, it's like a, it's like a half of a burpee too, huh? But yeah, it feels amazing. Finishing it off here with some more push-ups from the knees. And then I'm pretty tired at this point, so I take a nice little break in an extended child's pose here. Just breathing, going up on the fingertips, and stretching out the shoulders, the trapezius, the neck, the back, the hips, all of that. And then I'm ready to flip it over. Got a good sweat going now. We hit it with the knees to chest. I got the hands behind the knees, not really behind the knees, but on the quads. I'm rotating out the ankles, waking those up, keeping them limber. I'm pulling the leg closer. That actually gets me a nice pop declutter. So I'm a huge fan of this move. I could just lay here for I don't even know, man, forever. Like forever and ever, you'll stay in my heart and I will love you forever and ever. You've been a man, so whenever you feel good on that, we're gonna be crossing the body with that, getting that nice pop from the hips. Yep, if we gotta reset, and bring that knee up to as high up as it goes first and then cross it over, whatever you want to do. Get that nice declutter with that cross body with the knee. Then we are going to open it up. I can see that my opportunity here is in my lower back. If I could straighten out that back a bit, then I would most likely be doing my body a little more justice with the leg coming out to the side and with the hip and all, but it's all good. Now I'm going to fold that same knee over the other knee, and I'm getting that leg back. I got the bent knee at 90 degrees over the other knee, pulling it as close as possible, you know, getting that hip a really deep stretch, and not tweaking the other knee at all, being really aware that I've got this other hip and this knee bent right here. So, nothing crazy, but definitely pushing that hip a little bit out of its comfort zone, just stretching here, opening it all up. We've gotten a really good workout here, guys. If you're still with me, if you've been doing this with me through the whole routine, I'm pretty sure you're feeling really great as well. We're going to switch it up to the other knee into the chest. Yup. And just pulling that in. Yup. Slap them mosquitoes. And yep, getting that one close in. Yep, now we are gonna cross the body again. I can see that my progress check is going to be daily on this, with keeping that back on the ground. Same thing here. This one's there's not as much of a delta or a difference between the upper and the lower back as much as it was on the other side. But either way, looks like this is some knowledge for me. with where my body is at. Now got that hip in, leg over knee or foot over the other knee. Yup, bringing that close, holding that real nice and close, getting that decluttered. Yup, real nice. Pushing that hip out of its comfort zone. Doing some back rolls here. Boom, boom. Not really sure what to call that. Maybe wheelbarrow, maybe just rolling motion, maybe just, rolling on the lower back, like rolling. And then we got this, I don't even know what to call this, just like, leg stand, shoulder stand. Yep, got the hands on the lower back for support. Trying to straighten the back as much as possible here to help with the posture and fixing the alignment. Little one more like a bent knee forward fold, 'cause I'm on bended knee. That's not how the song goes. Boys to Men, one of my favorite albums though from when I was a kid. I'm on bended knee. I never walk again. You come back to me. I'm down on bended knee. Yeah, we got them knees coming up. This was first. Oh, look at that. That's like you grabbing them by the shoulders and giving them a nice pop, 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 pop. Nice little knee. Like, what's up, man? What's up, sucker? Pow! Got you. But felt really nice in the hips and the waist and getting the twists. Functional movement. You know what I mean? I love functional movement. I want my body to be super limber. I want to be able to move in all the directions and do all the movements without any issues. Like, that is what like mobility is to me, and to me, in my experience, it takes, joint stability, it takes mobility, a little bit of flexibility, some range of motion, a little bit of cardiovascular, getting all the walking muscles, their fair share of movement. Okay, we got some jump squats here. Boom, just wanted to finish it off with something that made me feel like I really owned the workout. So I hope you feel really good as well, giving the gratitude to the big guy, to the sun, to the elements. I'm someone who pays tribute to the sun, tribute to the elements. I do sun salutations yoga, Surya Namaskar, and I wish you all an amazing rest of your day. If you followed along, way to go, way to invest in your health. Uh, Put a comment on here if you liked what this was. If you have any suggestions or recommendations or whatever. I'm trying to build a little community, man, because it keeps me doing this stuff more than more than I do when I don't have people that are also doing it. So I love you, much love. This is your boy J Raj. Tribute and gratitude to all that is, all that was, all that ever will be. And what a beautiful life, baby. What a beautiful life. Mwah.